What is up, guys? Welcome to a little Hackusations video. So I apologize, it is Black Ops 2 in the background, but I think this game works best for what I'm kind of talking about, purely because I've played so much Call of Duty throughout my life. And a lot of the stuff I do is so second nature to me that sometimes I'm doing it subconsciously, I think. I'm not really realizing how sketchy it might look. So just this clip, for example, I pre-fire that wall, reload, and start spamming this wall right here. Now, to the untrained eye, that looked probably pretty sketchy, but if we kind of take a second to look at the radar, you can see, okay, there's a guy on B and there's a guy at the end of this hut. I'm going to go and pre-fire this side, and then when I reload, I stop again. I'm like, okay, there's still a guy on B. I'm going to go ahead and spam that wall and help my teammate who's trying to take the B flag right now. So I go ahead and spam that. So easy, so simple. To the untrained eye, that probably looks like a wall hack. I get that, but you have to realize, I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 1. That kind of stuff is just something I do without thinking about it. And most people that have played Call of Duty for that long, I think, are probably on the same page with me there. And it's kind of almost like a metagame to some people. They need an excuse for being beaten, and why somebody could be doing better than them. I don't know how it works exactly in some people's heads, but I found that especially if I'm playing on my secondary account, as I am right now. I'm only like a level 30 on this account. Basically, through Steam Family Sharing, you can have a fresh restart on all your multiplayer games that have like ranking systems. So that's why I originally did it, was to go back on CSGO and see what rank I could get when I wasn't such a noob. But every once in a while I like to hop over to other games and see like what KD I can get in Call of Duty. It's kind of stupid, to be honest, but at the same time, it's kind of fun just to mess around, especially some of the player base on Black Ops 2 is not the greatest, so every once in a while you just need that confidence booster, you know? But anyway, going back to, just looking at the radar all the time and hearing, like, I always play with headphones, so if you're making noise behind me or around me, I'm going to hear you. It's not a mystery as to where you are, and I think a lot of people don't even think about the idea of playing with a headset or headphones or anything like that, and the excuse of "I heard you" is just a completely foreign concept to them that will never make any sense. I actually got banned from a COD 4 search server a while back, and I submitted the video to their forum. I was like, I got banned on one of your servers for hearing, I think. I was accused of walling, and sure enough, they watched the video, and an admin, like a senior admin, actually watched the video and was like, yeah, you can clearly hear this guy. I don't know why I banned you for walling. And the guy lost his admin from that server because he was clearly not cut out to be calling who was hacking and who wasn't if he didn't understand the concept of wearing headphones while gaming, It's kind of crazy to me that some people are allowed to drop the ban hammer with so little experience, maybe. That's why I really like the Overwatch in CSGO. Well, one, they cover up everybody's names, so there can't be any bias there, and you have to be like very active in the game. You have to be a high rank to be able to judge people in the Overwatch program, which is basically, if you don't know, Overwatch is peer-to-peer judgment of hacking and whatnot, or just boosting or anything of that nature. But it's left up to the human eye, which I don't think there should be any sort of ban based purely on a computer program. I mean, if they find hacks on your computer, oh yeah, ban away. But as far as just watching a gameplay back, I feel like that should be pretty easy to an experienced player to decide what's hacking and what's not, And I guess another thing I'll mention is I used to play Black Ops 2 when it first came out. I lived fairly close to TBNR Frags, which is a YouTuber that uploads a bunch of Black Ops 2 gameplays and stuff. The kid is just absolutely insane at Call of Duty, but pretty much every lobby he was getting called a hacker if I played with him. And if you didn't know, I suppose you could be called a hacker, and even me, having that much experience in Call of Duty, it was still like some of the stuff he did was just so crazy and random that if you really didn't know who he was, you might have called hacks as well. But it goes to show you that there's always somebody better than you at everything. It doesn't matter if it's playing golf or video games, there's always going to be somebody better than you at everything. And I think until you realize that there's no real drive to push yourself, because I think the YouTube community, quote unquote, as much as it is not a community at times, we're all here to get better at games or learn more about our PCs or any number of things. We're here for more information, where the average gamer just fires up their computer, plays a few games. Even if they do have, 500 hours in a game, maybe they've never done the extra research to figure out what spot they can wallbang, or where to throw that flashbang, or how many seconds it takes to cap the flag, or how long I need to hold this grenade before I throw it. And I start talking to him, and I'm like, bad players will always be bad players because they never make any effort to get better. It's much easier to just cry and call hacks than it is to admit that somebody's better than you, or I don't really know. I kind of just learned early on that video games are not just hackfest all the time, believe it or not. Sure, there are hackers, and it can get a little sketchy in games like Counter-Strike, where people are really closet hackers. But hacking in a game that's like 3 or 4 years old just boggles my mind. I don't know. So I told him to come check out this video in particular, which I really don't like doing, promoting, like when people promote their stream, or like if they get called hacks and like, come check me out at this link. I feel like it's kind of shameless self-promotion, which it is, but I've been playing on this account quite a bit recently, and I've been called a hacker so many times. And be it on like COD 4, even on Counter-Strike, a game that I'm not very good at, Black Ops 2 especially, I get called a hacker all the time. I don't know why people are so quick to call hacks on Call of Duty games. Like in Battlefield 3, I made a second account. I have like a 4.9 KD in that game on my second account. Never been called a hacker. People just assume that people are better than them at Battlefield, and myself included. I just know people are way better than me at Battlefield. I mean, that's not to say people have never called hacks in Battlefield, but it just, going back to the Call of Duty thing, people seem to be more quick to judge in this game for whatever reason, and being it a young Steam account and not having very many hours on the game, I can see where people just want to point fingers before they'll admit a lower level player that doesn't have very much experience in the game is better than them. But I don't know. What are your experiences with being called hacks? Because I think in every first-person shooter out there, people have been called for hacking or any number of things. I've had people make up hacks on me, like that guy's using like a teleport hack or a speed hack or like a health boost hack. I've heard them all. It's just like, have you actually ever heard of anybody using that hack, or are you just making that up because you couldn't hit me with your gun and you just are saying that it's a health hack? I don't know. It's kind of boggling to read some of the comments I get while playing in game. But anyways, guys, I think that's enough of a rambly commentary about this subject. I just wanted to put that out there. It's 73 and 6. It's not anything too special, but it's a high score for a low level player. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Tell me your hackusation stories, and I will talk to you later.